Well, the weekend's almost upon us. West Ham back in action, of course, on Sunday. Nottingham Forest at home. Quite looking forward to that one now. I think it's funny what a win does, doesn't it? It really does sort of lift the mood a little bit and gives you a little bit of encouragement. And at least now going to the game with hopefully a little bit of belief that we could come and get another good result. But, you know, let's be honest, Nottingham Forest, Manchester United, two very different beasts this season. But nevertheless, I'm still looking forward to it, and I hope you are too. Right, I want to talk about a couple of things before I go into the video and talk about Tomas Soucek. First of all, if you're new to the channel, do subscribe. It takes 2 seconds to do so. We really appreciate it. Also, hit that like button. We are growing very fast as a channel. We really appreciate it. So, yeah, anything you can do to help us, we do appreciate it. Obviously, as I say, by subscribing and hitting the like button. A video I think I posted on Wednesday was regarding a bit of an announcement we wanted to make as a channel, and I said that we were sort of gearing up to have a partnership set up, so I wanted to hold back until it was all confirmed. Well, it's all confirmed now, and you may well have noticed it from the intro that we are now in association with HOBBS Memorabilia. HOBBS Memorabilia, Martin Hobbs, a really top bloke, and I've got to be honest, their products are outstanding. They are just remarkably good. I've got the winners medal, framed winners medal that he put together, which had the pictures of Jarrod Bowen in it. And to be honest with you, it's proudly in my living room, right? And it's one of those things that every time anyone comes to my house, they always ask about it. How did you get that? How did you get a proper medal? It's outstanding, really, really good. So we're very, very proud to be working with Martin, HOBBS Memorabilia. And there's also another element to this as well, in that this is now enabling us to put forward our competition with our other partner, which is with Betmate. Now, with Betmate, what we are able to provide is, especially for this month as well, this is going to be, there's a link in the description below. It's free to enter, completely free, and there's £100 pot up for grabs. So what we're going to do is we're going to break it into first, second, and third. It's first prize gets £60, second prize is 25, and then third is 15. And basically, what we're able to do, you're able to go and join. That's free, but it is strictly over 18s only, okay? Because it is a gambling website, so we understand that it's not for kids. So you've got to be strictly over 18 and only, and be responsible. But basically, rather than betting against a bookie, it's betting against your friends. But in this instance, the pot's already there. Okay, so they're going to provide a pot for us already. And not only that, this is what we're very excited about announcing, is that we're able to provide now some signed memorabilia. We're going to be doing this every month going forward, which we're very excited about. Now, the way you're going to win it is by predicting. It's a predictions game that we're doing. So I think it's 9 fixtures in total. And this is between now and the end of the season. Go on, you do your predictions. And the winner, as I say, first prize, 60 quid. Second prize is 25. And third is £15. But also for first prize, you're going to get a signed Jarrod Bowen shirt, which is, as I say, coming from HOBBS Memorabilia. So this is something we're really excited about doing, and this is going to be something we're going to be running continuously now going forward. So there's going to be loads of opportunities for people to win some really exciting stuff like that. But yeah, signed Jarrod Bowen shirt, which I'm really excited, and I will have it here soon, so I can show you it. But yeah. So all I can ask of you to do is, as I say, over 18s only. Go down, see the link in the description below, click on that. Go over to Betmate, just sign up. You don't need to put any money down, anything like that. And then you'll see the code, which is, let me just bring it up here. Hang on 2 seconds, make sure I know I got it right. The code is West-Ham-Way-3. You'll see it in below there. But basically, all you got to do is type that in, you join the game, and that's it. You've entered. You don't have to pay a penny, and you're in line then for winning. As I say, first prize, 60 quid, plus a Jarrod Bowen signed shirt. And then second prize is £25, and third is 15 quid. So good luck to that. And yeah, I really appreciate your support with it, because it's something we've been working on in the background for a while, trying to get it all sorted. So I'm really excited that we've managed to get it done just before the end of the season, give you a good flavour of what we can offer. And then going forward, this is going to be a regular for us. So we're going to be doing monthly games and giving away sign-free memorabilia. So this month with Jarrod Bowen, and then we're going to then move on. It's also I've got James Tompkins products that we've got coming out with HOBBS Memorabilia. So I'm going to keep you all posted with things going on there. But yeah, so really appreciate your support with that. So as I say, go and check it in the link description below, and go and have a look and enter. I say completely free to do so. And there's money up for grabs plus a signed Bowen shirt. Right, onto the video itself. Let's talk about Tomas Soucek. So it was revealed. I want to say revealed. It was broken in the news yesterday. I'm not going to sit here and start naming names and trying to, you know, slam people for reporting. At the end of the day, it's a tough gig, and you know they've got sources, these people, and they might would have been told certain things. So it was reported, and it kind of it spread quite quickly that the club had informed Tomas Soucek that he's no longer required at the club, and they're looking to sell him this summer, basically to say, look, we don't need you. Go and find another club, and it's likely going to be Everton, and all this kind of stuff started coming out yesterday, which I've got to be honest, I didn't like reading. I thought, oh, I'm not sure about this at all. I'm going to come to my view of it in a minute. And then we had, and basically, we didn't report on it. Okay, I didn't want to talk about it because I'd known that we were going to look into it a bit more in terms of when I say we, I don't do any looking into it. ExWHUEmployee does all the looking into it. I'm just a bloke that sits there and talks about it. And basically, X did his digging, spoke to some sources, and it's confirmed to be not true. West Ham have not told Tomas Soucek that he can leave the club this summer. In fact, the player is pushing to get a new contract. He wants to stay in West Ham, and apparently his desire is to see out his career at West Ham. So, I mean, how can you not love this bloke? How can you not love Tomas Soucek? I know he's been frustrated at times over the course of his time at West Ham in certain aspects, but we know a lot of the reasons why. There was certainly a shift in his position within the team to accommodate Declan Rice for a season. I think that really hampered him badly. Not suggesting it was a bad decision for Declan, and I understood he wanted to progress as a footballer, so I'm not going to go back on all that, but I feel that was an explanation as to why there was such a frustrating period for Tomas Soucek. But he's proven still to be such a vital player. And yes, he has now informed the club that he wants to stay, so he wants a new deal. Now, there's no noise at the moment to suggest that West Ham are going to offer him a new contract, as far as I understand it. At the moment, it's still very much up in the air, but the club have not told him that he's for sale. And there's also another big piece of information into this, evidence, whatever, to suggest that possibly there are plans to keep Tomas Soucek. And the fact is that Tomas Soucek was at the photo shoot. He was one of the senior players at the photo shoot for the new kit for next season. So this photo shoot took place this week. And as I say, I don't know all the players that were there. There were some academy players and some senior players there, and some for the women's team. But Tomas Soucek was one of them. So that gives a bit of an indication that maybe they're not suggesting that Tomas Soucek is going to be gone anytime soon. We know that there's a hell of a lot of interest in him from Everton and also Leeds United. I get it. I mean, I totally get it. He is an important player for West Ham. He really is. And as I say, I know that sometimes in terms of football and ability, especially where we want to play that kind of attractive style that we want to see adopted at West Ham, and a bit of free-flowing football on the deck and good fast movement and passing. I know that you don't typically associate that with Tomas Soucek. But that's not to say he doesn't fit in anywhere. And I just feel like with all the overhaul that we're going through this summer, I'm anxious about it as it is, and the idea of losing someone like Tomas Soucek just worries me more, really, because of how important he is, not just for the team and the goals that he provides. His goal scoring ability is unbelievable. It's the fact that he gets West Ham. Do you know what I mean? It's not just when you talk about doing clear outs and overhauls of squad. It's not that you just take ability into it. You can't just say, well, I only want to keep players that are really going to fit my system and sod it. You've got to think about the dressing room. You've got to think about the culture. And I just think that we are a squad that we've seen this season that has got issues in terms of attitude from certain players, from commitment as a whole at times. And I feel like with that in mind, it's so important that you keep players that are dedicated to the cause, understand the football club, understand the fan base. And I just feel like Tomas Soucek fits that. You know, we're already losing the likes of Aaron Creswell, 11 years service, at the club. Vladimir Soufal, of course, moving on. I do get a feeling that we've got to be very careful here. If I'm Graham Potter in this instance, I would be thinking that I want to keep Soucek. Not necessarily say, right, here's a 5-year contract, you're going to be staying here, you're going to be part of our plans for the long term and seeing his career out. I'm not too sure about that side of it, but I'm certainly feeling for next season, it's wise to have someone like Soucek around. He's proven still to be an important player for this team. As I say, he might not be the most glamorous, the most exciting at times, but his goals are vital and his attitude is vital. And I've been very much on the fence with him in terms of this summer, where he fits in terms of, is he going to be someone we keep? Is he someone we're going to move on? I'm not sure. I've always been a little bit unsure when it comes to Soucek, but as time's now getting closer to the transfer window looming, with so many players that we know are on their way, I'm just not sold that this is the right move in terms of us letting him go. So I'm pleased, actually. I was relieved when I got that update from ExWHUEmployee. I thought that it was exactly what we wanted to hear. The club have not told him he's going to leave. However, there's no indication that at the moment he's going to be offered a new deal. So my feeling is, I think the way it's sitting at the moment is that it's still up in the air. Club don't necessarily want to get rid of him, but if the right offer comes in, then they may well look at it. As I say, I feel that could prove to be a mistake. And also bearing in mind, if you're going to move him on to say, especially Leeds, but if you move him on to even Everton, you're strengthening them. You know you're basically handing them at least, say, 7-8 goals next season, at least, with Tomas Soucek. And they could be goals that are vital in terms not just for them but possibly for West Ham. We don't know where we're going to be next season. Let's get it straight. I'm hoping we're going to be a team that's going to be competitive and going to be able to challenge at the top half of the Premier League. That's my desire and hope that's where we're going to be. Hopefully, worst case, mid-table. I don't want to be a team threatened with relegation. That's obviously my desire, and I'm sure most fans share that. But that's what you want and what you dream and what you hope for, and it isn't necessarily how it's going to play out. I mean, you only got to look at this season, and if you think the likes of Burnley coming up, Leeds, I just get the feeling these are going to be stronger sides next season, and especially with Leeds, do you really want to be handing them a player that could be bagging them points and goals? And I'm concerned, and I think if West Ham are, let's just say, West Ham are in a relegation battle next season, and we are up against Everton, and we are up against Leeds, and we are up against these sort of tight teams, and you've given them a goal scorer like that. That could prove to be the difference. And so I am worried. I just think with all the change we've got going on anyway, do we really, really need to sell Tomas Soucek? Do we really need to get rid of another player we've got to go and try and replace? Or do we just say, look, do you know what? Keep Soucek here. He's great for the dressing room. The fans love him. Let's just see how he is for another season. If by the end of next season, he simply doesn't fit into Graham Potter's plans at all, he's barely getting any game time, etc., you feel his days are coming to an end, and then let's just say, and we've done quite well, you might say, okay, do you know what? I feel comfortable now. We can cut ties. I just think at this stage, it's a big risk. And to lose a player like Soucek with his ability and his goal scoring record and everything that comes with him, I would say it would be a big risk and mistake possibly to label him to allow him to leave. So I was really pleased with that. So yeah, that's the news on that. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Tomas Soucek. Look, as I say, really excited to be associated now with HOBBS Memorabilia. It's something we've been talking to them for a long time, and I'm thrilled to finally have that over the line. It's a real big moment for this channel, and of course with Betmate as well. As I say, link in the description. Go and click on it. Free to do so. You enter, mate. It's free money. Go and do it. Let's give it a go. And yeah, and best of luck. Signed JARROD BOWEN shirt. I'm going to have it here soon, and I'll be able to show you it, and I'll be the one sending it to you if you're the winner. So best of luck, everyone. As I say, details below, and I'll be catching you later. I've got an interview with Chesney Hawkes coming up, which is a very good one. Really, I love chatting to Chesney. Always a pleasure, and chatting about his views on West Ham and the ownership, things like that, and also his time, obviously, in the Celebrity Big Brother house. Very good chat. Got Tom doing a video later on as well. He's going to be talking, I believe, about Michail Antonio's situation, and also then we've got coming up tomorrow the preview for the Nottingham Forest game. So lots going on at the moment, and glad you're a part of it. Have a good one. Enjoy the weather. Come on, you irons.